Welcome to Wandering the Aisles. My name's Andy Farnsworth. These are happenings out in the world, spontaneous conversational films. They're portraits of what I usually do alone to clear my head, but in the last few months I've started to want company on a level I hadn't ever before. I like to think anything can be an aisle, really. I'm full of aisles. And a produce section. I might be pretty much all produce section these days. A lot of what I know and what I feel is really perishable. I mean, it's a consumerist, capitalist way of looking at things, but let's say I'm wandering into the inventory of myself to figure out what business I'm actually in, to figure out who the manager is, all in the hopes that maybe other people will want to shop here. That's me, thumping my heart, shopping my heart. So every other week I give you these meandering journeys with a different mental chaperone each episode. This week I've got the perfect companion. She's a tough one to sum up, so I think this is the best way for me to introduce my friend Lauryn Bunker.
Roll down your window.
No, I don't do that.
Come on. Dad?
Don't. It's a strip club. I can't believe you don't yell at people outside the strip club.
That's the best time to yell at someone.
The thing. You can yell at people, but I have to get punched in the face. I've been in this situation.
I'll fight them. I'm not afraid.
My friend Jared, who is now deceased, did that once.
Rest in peace.
He did that, where we were at a Dairy Queen and he yelled at somebody and they followed us through the Dairy Queen drive-thru and he yelled and I rolled down. This guy walks up to my window and I didn't know it was the same guy. And he knocks on the window. And I'm like, oh, it's the guy who wants to talk to me. And I rolled down the window and punched me in the face. And it was like, dude, that is so not just. I didn't do anything. And I felt guilty too. Like, I got punched in the face and I felt like I did something.
I wouldn't let that happen to you. I would throw punches.
This is one of those things where you're just saying stuff.
No, I swear to God, I'm not scared.
You don't think So now you double insulted me.
You are getting defensive about something you don't even want to do. You're like, I don't want to fight anyone. And I'm like, I'll do it. And you're like, I'm offended.
You yelled at people, first of all, outside the strip club. Let me tell you a story about that strip club, first of all. I've never been to a strip club until I had been to that one.
Which one was that?
It's called Trails.
Oh, yes.
Can you roll that up?
I am.
So we go there. It's like 5 minutes to closing. And there's one lady dancing. She's not into it.
She's like 60.
And I get a clear plastic Solo cup of, it was a gin and tonic. And there's also a lady in the corner vacuuming. it's like stripping to the sound of vacuuming.
I got the hiccups.
Boo! Boo! Did I scare him away? Boo!
It's the nicotine gum.
You get hiccups from nicotine gum?
Yes.
Lauren's one of those people that you know when you hang out it's going to be an odyssey. She's the kind of person that follows up in person with an old lady who thinks they have the same number. She actually goes to help her fix it. Actually goes. Okay, so you're going to play me this voicemail?
Yes.
From, who is it?
So this old lady who thought we had the same cell phone number. And so she was scared to leave me the voicemail, and you're going to hear it in the voicemail. She was like, I hope you get this, because she thought that it was going to go on her own voicemail. So she called me and left this voicemail.
Thank you so much for getting back with me, and I hope that this actually gets through to your phone. Anyway, we've been out grocery shopping, and he had a doctor appointment, and et cetera, et cetera. So I am exhausted. I am wondering if I'll be here all tomorrow, all the following days, and the day after that, and I think the day after that, too. So I have plenty of time, and I just so appreciate your offering to help us, for me, get this straightened in my head. Anyway, and I hope this call goes through to you. I hope I don't hang up and then find out that I have a message and it's my own message back to myself. Anyway, thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from you sometime tomorrow, whenever it's convenient for you. Thank you. Bye.
Wait a minute. Who is that for?
Me. She kept calling me, and her friends were actually also calling me because she thought her phone number was my phone number, but it wasn't. And so she called me, which you'd think that she would, I don't know.
Wait, do you know her?
No.
I'm a little slow, so you're going to have to explain.
She called me because she wanted to tell me that we had the same cell phone number. She was trying to get a hold of whoever had her phone number. So she called me and she was like, Lauren, hey, who are you? You have the same cell phone number as me.
How's that possible?
It's not possible. That's the thing. So I offered to go over to her house and fix it for her. I was like, I'll call Verizon for you.
You called her back.
I did. And I went to her house and I helped her get her bill down from like $120 to $96. And then I also told her what her cell phone number was simply by calling my phone from her phone.
I love that she said, I'm available today, tomorrow, or the next day.
And the day after that.
And the day after. That makes me so sad, but it's also kind of beautiful.
And I invited her to, like, come over for dinner. I was like, hey, let's get dinner sometime. And she was like, yeah, I'll take you out to dinner. She tried to pay me $80. She lives in the American Towers. She tried to pay me $80 and...
For fixing the
phone. And I was like, I'm not taking your money. She was like, go to lunch. I'm like, where do you go to lunch? Like, do you fly to lunch? Where are you paying $80 for lunch?
She had the grandma instinct.
Yes. It was cute. She was cute. She was like 5 foot even. And I looked like a towering Amazonian woman next to her. The door guy at her apartment or her condo was very sketched out by me.
Who was sketched out by you? I don't think people get sketched out by you. I can't believe.
He was just an old man. I'm like, I'm here for Paula. He's like, okay.
Oh, like Paula probably does this every weekend.
Yeah, it's her hobby. She doesn't actually not know where her cell phone number is.
So do you still have a relationship with her?
No, she won't talk. I mean, it's not like I tried to call her and she ignored me or anything, but she hasn't called me since. I helped her.
That hurts my feelings.
It hurts mine.
That she used you up. And now she doesn't call you. It's dementia, right?
I should have taken the money is what should have happened.
But you didn't know at the time it was just gonna be like wham bam, thank you, tech support, man.
She ghosted me. She doesn't even know what ghosting is and she did it to me.
There's this sense with Lauren, there's a tension, because I feel like she's always about to try and convince me to drive to California or something. And I'm kind of on edge because she's persuasive and I'm always about ready to just drive to California. We recorded this completely on a whim. I had just picked her up where she works because she was without a car at the time and I happened to have my recording stuff with me. It was late at night. It was a February night in Utah, which was the perfect backdrop because we were both already in some darkness. I was isolating super hard and, well, as much pain as I was in, this is what she was dealing with. I was listening back to our recording, and it was February 9th.
Dude, that was like 2 days after I found out I had MS.
I know. I even noticed where I was in a different place, too, and that was just like, what, two and a half months ago?
I know. That's crazy.
So we spent a lot of time talking in my car, driving around. We went to Wal-Mart to eat candy out of those bins. We didn't know that's what we were going to do, but that ended up being our project. We couldn't find any bins. We got kicked out of Walmart. Then we went to another grocery store and found some bins. Those are the plot points, I guess. Also, a note or warning, we are both kind of filthy, boundaryless people, so this is not family friendly, though. As I've said in previous episodes of this show, I can't imagine that people who listen to this are listening while driving their kids to gymnastics in the minivan. Anyway, here's us on our way to Walmart. Seriously, you really have a good voice.
Good enough for like a phone sex line?
I don't know, let's hear it. Hi, let's pretend. Hi. Hello? This is
Hi.
my...
Oh.
Sorry,
Hello.
I don't know if I should I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your... You're the boss, you tell me.
Oh, you want me to dominate you?
No, I'm just saying, I don't know how this works. Maybe, let's get to that.
I mean, I'll be whatever you want me to be.
I've never called one of these before, so maybe can you give me like a menu of things that I could want you to be?
Just think about your deepest, darkest desires.
First of all, here's what I want to know. Are you doing this with any other men?
All the men. Whoever calls me.
Okay, so first off, this is the role I want you to play. The phone sex worker who's completely faithful to me, who doesn't talk to any other men. Can we do that?
You're the only man I talk to. I wait for your call.
Okay, that's more like it. That's actually kind of working for me.
I picked up the kids from soccer earlier.
No, we're not married. We're still dating.
Sorry.
But I just don't want you to be trying anybody else out.
Okay.
You don't have call waiting or anything, do you?
I do actually.
So
Can
you're
you hold
getting...
on for a second?
All right.
Call waiting. Have you seen that movie with Anne Hathaway? When she does that, she is like on dates and then she gets phone calls she's like trying to save money for school or something, and she gets sex phone calls, and then she like has to leave her date quick, do the sex phone call, be right back, and then go back into her date, and then she comes back out and she has a different phone call, and it's just like really messy.
Huh, I haven't seen that movie. See, that actually, it's a rom-com kind of thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me.
If you were dating someone...
No, not a phone, that's a phone sex worker.
I'm too lazy. Like, I don't know if I would even have phone sex with someone I cared about a lot. It's so much work. Like, oh yeah, I'm,
You'd be like, can we just text?
What are you wearing? And I'm like, a fucking muumuu. That's what I'm wearing. I'm in bed. Stop talking to me.
Yeah, that could be a thing. That's a thing. Some people are into, like, where you're not into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a great job.
No, people have tried for sure.
To get you to do phone sex?
They're like, are you touching yourself? And I'm like, for sure. And I'm like watching a movie.
I have to tell you a story about this right here. This very spot. This is where I was dating this girl. We were friends for like a year and a half. There's a lot of backstory, but the shortest version is we had just started sleeping together after a year and a half of friendship. And I was doing laundry over 2 blocks over that way. And for some reason, I went back this way from the laundromat. Mm-hmm. I came up this way, and it wasn't my usual way, but I just came this way. And I looked over and I saw her green Civic right here. Mm-hmm. And so I did that paranoid thing where I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
No.
And she's like, oh, I'm just at home.
And she lied.
And then, and she had always had this piece of mail in my car. Just like it was like a random piece of mail from some, I don't know what it was, some bill. So I took, this is crazy. So I took it out. I was hurt. I was hurting. Like I really liked her. We hadn't like started formally anything, right? So I put on her windshield that letter.
Stop.
Underneath. I put it underneath the windshield wiper, and I just, went home. And just to be crazy and
let her know
that I knew.
Yeah, without
no
saying
note.
it.
There was no note. So then I get a call.
Subtle.
And I don't know how she somehow had this psychic ability to turn it around on me so that I was the psychopath. But she lied to me, right? She lied to me, but I didn't confront her well.
No, because you could have been like...
No, but fuck that. She was lying to me. Why do I have to deal with it?
Were you guys dating?
We were starting to have sex after a year and a half. That's a big deal when you're friends with somebody. It's one thing if you just met.
I think if you're not dating and you haven't talked about the boundaries, then you don't get to ask her where she's at.
But she's... I would think she would at least tell me the truth. I wouldn't have been stoked, but I wouldn't have been crazy.
Right.
I don't like that I feel like the crazy person explaining this. Like, I did something wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong. I probably would have done the same thing.
That's all I want to hear. That's the phone sex worker I want to hear.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong. I would have done the same thing.
I would have done the same thing. Just to say fuck you, you know? Just to say screw you, and I know what you're up to. You know?
Yeah. And that's half the reason I waited. Like, I didn't want to sleep with her. A, I knew it would be good. But B, that's not why I didn't want to. I knew I would be attached. You know what I mean? Like, because we went through a lot together before that. But then I also knew she was going to be shady with me.
Which is not good. I
But
hate shady people.
I didn't know that for sure. But I was too chicken to be like, let's date.
Did you?
I should have done that.
Did you think that she was going to be shady with you because you thought that's what you deserved?
See, that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole... Yeah, you kind of teach people how you want to be treated.
Right. That's what boundaries are. So you had an opportunity, and your part is like, your opportunity to say something would have been like, okay, we've had sex. Where do you see this going?
Are we going to be like just, what do you call it?
Open-ended questions are good. It's like, not are we going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or are we going to be friends with benefits, but where do you see this going? And then explaining yourself. Like, let her have an open, without like giving her a bias or something to work off of, just say where. And then let her. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
This is helpful. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's too bad it's like 7 years too late. And do you know
just
where that
ended?
Today. Do you know where that ended? So that's when I was first getting sober, and I didn't really have a program, but I was kind of going to meetings, and I decided I was just going to jump and go ahead and make my amends to her. And I didn't run it past anybody. And it didn't go well. And I hurt her really bad.
What kind of amends did you make?
I said, so I cheated on her. And I told her.
You're like, I cheated on you.
This is the fucked up part about that whole thing, is that I was sort of talking to my ex at the same time, and then my amends was, hey, when I went to Chicago one time, I slept with, or something like that. That was my fucking amends. Like, that was the wrong thing to do. She didn't need to know that. And it was just selfish, like me unburdening myself on her. And I thought, at the time, that's what it meant to be honest, you know, like.
Right.
She didn't need to know, and it hurt her terribly.
Right. So she had to mourn that.
And it spun out. Then she ruined my Volvo, though.
She pulled a Carrie Underwood on you.
Is that what Carrie Underwood's famous for?
Before He Cheats. You've never heard that song?
No. What's the Before He Cheats, know what kind of car he drives? Is that the song?
No, it's like, I'm gonna slash all his tires, hit in his windows with a golf club.
Before he cheats?
Well, it's not, she says, it's not gonna, next time he cheats, it's not gonna be on me, you know, but.
Wait a minute. She did that before the cheating?
I don't know why it's named that, you know. I'm not Carrie Underwood, but the song is about how she's like warning other girls that he's a piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is with girls ruining cars.
Yeah, that's the thing. What is that about? Like,
I don't know. I don't relate to that.
And
I guess the stereotype is like men really value their vehicles, you know.
It's like their horse. Do you think back in the day, like
girls
women,
were cutting
do you think
horses?
do you think they went and like cut the horse's penis off?
Before he cheats. Cut the horse's dick off.
What? Can you imagine walking out of the saloon? You're like, what happened to my horse's cock?
They're like, it's like just 3-legged now. You have to rename it Trace.
Oh, man. Why is your horse limping, Larry? It's a long story. I used to see this barmaid in Butte, Montana, and she thought we were exclusive, and I don't know. There were some misunderstandings. Next thing I know, I got a 3-legged horse. By fucked up my Volvo, what I mean is she covered my Volvo in wheat flour, glue, and pennies. Glue. Glued pennies to my car and glued the driver's side door shut.
You can get sued for that.
Yeah. The Volvo was only worth like $800. And also, so I couldn't undo that. The rest of the time I owned that car, I had to climb in through the passenger door.
She really taught you a lesson. On amends.
Yeah.
And what amends look like.
It was delayed too. It was like it was a couple weeks after.
She really thought about
and
it.
she denied it. She denied it, man. And then eventually she finally owned up to it.
That happened to me where someone ruined my car. I had a Dodge Stratus.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like senior prank week, and I'm the least popular person in high school.
I don't believe that.
You didn't know me back then, though. Like, I was a gap-toothed chub with a weird haircut, and I tried too hard, and that's just not good. You just got to be yourself. But so these girls, my neighbor was my friend, I guess, and her friends didn't like me, but they pulled a prank on me. My mom got super mad. My mom's like the ultimate spy. She finds stuff out that she shouldn't find out. So I wake up and there's Vaseline, bologna, and saran wrap just like all over my fucking car. And there's also, they dumped shredded paper in our yard. Okay, so like if it rained, it would turn into like instant potatoes, basically. Like it just would ruin our lawn. My mom's super neurotic about her grass. So she went out there and she looked through the shredded pieces of paper.
Oh, man.
And she found the name of the mother of the children who did that to me, called the mom, and told them if they didn't come over and clean up the mess they made, that she was going to press charges. And I was like, Mom, I'm trying to be cool here. Like, I'll clean it up. I don't care.
I love that you're trying to be cool about reacting to them being shitty to you.
I know. I was like, it's because they like me, Mom. She's like, no, they're coming over here. So I was leaving for work, and 3 girls were washing my car and raking our lawn.
Oh my God.
And she was like, and tell your daughters to not dump your tax information on my lawn again, because
why would they do their tax forms?
Well,
That's
it was
so
just
messed up.
It was just all her mom's shredded paper. So her tax information was in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, and if you're gonna claim Lucy as a dependent, you need to make sure you fill out Form 1097.
Yeah. And that's something my mom would definitely do.
Bologna, so it seems to be there's a consistent thing with fucking up cars. You had a bologna, Vaseline.
Saran wrap.
And so you've got a binder. I guess that's the Vaseline. You need something to hold it. That seems like not thought out.
They definitely had to go to Wal-Mart. They had to buy so much Vaseline. There's no way. They covered. My car was an inch thick in Vaseline.
That sucks, because that's probably not easy to get off.
And it ruins the paint.
See, here's the thing about this. My first thought when you started talking about it, it was, well, what did she do to deserve this?
I was a loser.
Right. But that's people's first thought. I'm not saying, right, you were a loser. I'm just saying, like,
No,
that was just mean. They were just being mean.
Right. But
with me,
because your story, yeah.
Every time I told that story, people, the first thing they would always say is like, well, what did you do to her?
Mm-mm.
That's not fair. You don't get to ruin a car.
No, never.
I'm still defending myself, even though it was just a fucked up situation.
That's definitely an emotional reaction that is unwarranted.
I guess there's kind of flirting here, too, as I listen back. It's the kind where you know it's not going to go anywhere, so it feels safe. She's dating people, slightly dating, she calls it. I'm angry and bitter and heartbroken. I want to say, if while we're at Walmart here coming up, it seems like we're judging people, making fun of the poor, or just generally looking down our noses, we absolutely are. I feel pretty strongly that God is absent at Walmart. So we made the best of it and counted calories and looked at baggy lingerie. You were
I can't wear
born
my
in
purse.
1993
Yeah.
AD?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I may have ever said. Do you not want your phone with you? Dude, you set up a campsite in my car. Look at all that.
Okay,
I mean, I respect that. I just think it's funny that
where else am I supposed to put it?
I don't know. 20.
Can I put my phone in your pocket?
No, you can put it in yours.
I don't have pockets, Andy. I'm wearing leggings.
This will be interesting. I'm gonna get your text from the Utah Jazz.
Don't!
I'm not gonna.
I mean, you can. I don't really care.
You don't want me to put that in here?
I don't care.
All right. The problem with this setup is that it kind of looks like you're
Trying to steal shit?
and you're doing something no good. You know what I mean?
It just looks like you're high on meth and like you're trying to reach the aliens.
All right, so I gotta say this is the first time I've been in Walmart for a long time, and it's not because of, well, it is because of class issues. I gotta say, I feel I'm better than that. That's why I don't go. So this is our first. I don't know what to call these things, but where someone picks something up and they decide they don't want it, and they put it, for example,
Is there a special
shatter-resistant kid sunglasses by the mini vanilla cupcakes.
Oh.
So what do you call
That's
that?
a party foul, I feel like. Is there a special word for that?
I need to come up with a word for it because it happens all the time. So $6.96 for a giant thing of Meadow Gold ice cream.
It's specifically
so
a gallon.
$6.96 for a gallon. This was inspected by Chantel S, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even know that was on there.
120 calories times 32.
Why are you
The serving
multiplying it by
size is
32?
because that's how if you have an eating disorder like me, you look at how much it will take if I eat the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, of course.
32. I don't want to know, but it's running. I always say that they should put how far it would take to run it off instead of calories.
It's crazy that that's 4,000 calories for that whole gallon, and Ben & Jerry's is 2,000 for a half.
This is concentrated form of suicide.
Right. This is what I used to binge on when
Good. Luckily I'm not an ice cream guy.
Ugh, I love ice cream.
Gummy bears is mine.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like that's a
gum-
waste.
I know. Okay, so look at this. This is some lingerie. $10.97.
I can only imagine like a saggy body in this for some reason.
Why? Like,
I don't
it doesn't
know.
look like it's set up for a tight body.
But who cares? All bodies are beautiful.
No, they're not. I mean, oh, that breaks my heart. Actually, that went from judgment to just heartbreak. Ghirardelli strawberry bark.
It's Ghirardelli.
Oh, Ghirardelli. Original pecan turtles.
You just plan on eating the whole thing.
Yeah, because I've never not eaten
This could be
a whole thing.
This could be just like a daily intake, and then a banana, and then you've got your like daily intake of calories.
935. So this is a box of Dum Dums, evidently in cereal form. Like it's like a box of cereal, but it's Dum Dums, and it's from Emma to Lucas. I guess they're demonstrating how to give things. So they've written.
Well, yeah, Valentine's Day is coming up. These kids don't know. They're like.
I like that people are probably like, I can't.
Why isn't it
Emma
like from Emma to Heather? What's wrong with having like a best girlfriend?
Yeah, it's pretty heteronormative. Dum-dum
They're
box.
marketing dating in 3rd grade.
Oh my God! Do you remember any crushes from 3rd grade?
I had a crush on this kid named Jay Black. he put pebbles. He would take pebbles off the playground and put them in his ear and also in his mouth. But he pretended like he pushed it through his ear into his mouth, and I thought he was magic. So I like went over to his house to go swimming and meet his parents in first grade. I met his parents. They were like, "If you're gonna marry our son, I'm 7. If you're gonna marry our son, you have to be Christian."
Oh, oh my God. I love that they already had stipulations.
I was like, "Who said marriage?"
These are good.
I want to go to the bulk aisle.
All right, let's go to the. Oh yeah, because we can eat stuff out of the bin.
I just want.
So if I was actually shopping, I would get this can of Pringles barbecue.
Why don't you anyway?
I mean, maybe because I don't want to carry it around.
You could eat it while we're walking.
That's true. I knew somebody who would do that.
And then pay for it at the register.
No, just wouldn't pay because they can't. If they don't catch you actually eating it, they can't do anything.
I didn't know that.
She would drink the fanciest vanilla extract she could find and just get hammered.
She's trying to get drunk?
Yeah.
I feel like I know this person.
You probably do. She's been out of town for a while. Is that tough seeing your ex-boyfriend?
I always miss that scar on his face. I always told him
stripes.
I always told him it made him look sexy.
Fudge stripes, fudge covered.
Okay, but these are not as good as Girl Scout cookies.
This store is basically like, come in here and get some diabetes. Come on in.
Koi fish make me so sad.
Why?
I just think about their life. All they do, they don't even like swim really. They just sit there and they're sad because they can't be in the same tank as another.
So this is another displaced item. This is Glade Hawaiian Breeze by a baby rocker. What do you call this?
It's I should know.
This
is in Spanish. I can't.
This is the first one of these where I'm in a store, and this is actually making me a little
It's
sad.
a bouncer.
So it's a bouncer, and then there's like industrial amount of Glade powder carpet refresher.
Why does that make you upset?
I don't know. That's just a little dose of humanity right here. This is like baby smells, carpet. Oh, that's just. I'm not cut out for having kids.
I'm thinking lately that I'm not either. Especially with like the recent findings. I'm like, I just wouldn't have patience. I snapped one of the clients today at work. We had group, and I planned this group where they have to do like communication and team building, and so I tied like 4 strings to a rubber band, and there was 2 groups of 4 because there's 8 clients, math, and they have to take the rubber band and the strings and like pick up these cups that are tipped over and all over the place and make a pyramid out of them, just like stack them or whatever. And so after we have a group dialogue, right? And I'm like trying to pull things out of them because they're not talking. And he's like, it really seems like you're trying to create conflict. And I was like, how about you observe your peers and not me, because I'm not the one who's in treatment. And everyone just looked at me like, she's psycho.
It's a recovery center. So I don't understand. It's like a halfway house for people?
No, it's a treatment center.
But are they coming off? Like, are they being detoxed? Like
no,
medically?
They detox first and then they arrive.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's not a halfway house. Halfway houses are like government-funded sober livings.
So you were thinking about, because you got diagnosed with MS yesterday. Jesus. You're thinking about
not having kids. I don't think I'll have patience because I'm tired. I'm like, I don't have the mental patience to be like, no, honey, it's okay. You spilled 2 gallons of milk on the floor. I would be like, you ruined my life.
But so you mean like it changes your your priorities,
right?
Like before you were thinking about it more.
Oh yeah, because I love children. I just don't know if I would be. I don't know if I would be like emotionally well enough.
So what I have heard is that when you have MS, it's the one time your symptoms like totally go away.
And then you give birth, and they come back like 10 times over.
Huh.
Yeah.
So the store's closed?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
Closed at 12.
Oh, I thought it was 24 hours.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's
If you guys
okay.
make your last question, just...
Yeah, we'll
Thanks.
leave. Thanks, man.
Oh.
Boy, do you think he's
Why?
fucking with us though?
Like, wait, for what? Like, why is it closed? There's nothing
I thought
going on in
Wal-Mart
here.
was 24 hours.
The lights are on.
Man, I guess I got a lot
It's the
to
only
learn.
thing that, like, sells them is that it's open all the time.
Do you realize we just got, I mean, we're recording this and that's fun, but we just got kicked out of Walmart on a Friday night.
No, I just want to go to the bulk section before we leave, okay?
We can't.
He said make your last
okay.
round.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I don't think they have a bulk
He
section.
can't follow us around. We could just stay.
I don't
It's
think
so
they
big.
have a bulk section.
Sir?
Do you want to know something?
Sir? Where's your bulk section? I know you guys are closed, but we're going to be leaving soon. Where's your bulk section?
Books are back here.
Thanks.
Oh, he thinks you said books.
Bulk, like bulk food?
Oh, bulk food.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
I mean, I would get it if you
like
don't.
big-
Yeah, they have a section over there in grocery. I'm not quite sure what aisle.
Well,
Okay.
you know what? Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we'll go find that. I don't think they have this thing that you're looking for.
I think it's right here.
No.
Uh,
All right.
I'm so sad. That's okay.
So I think there's a
No
place-
free candy.
Oh, the Smiths on 5th and
Sixth.
5th.
Yeah,
They
okay.
have those because I go eat those all the time.
Well, is it open?
I think they're open till 1.
Those roses look like shit. Sorry. I feel like that was mean. There's an upstairs.
No, let's not. It's just sad. Those are sad flowers.
They looked wrinkly.
Yeah. Those are sad flowers. And that was sad lingerie. And I think we can do better. I don't think it matters.
Aw. That guy is hurting. His anger is
That's what I
intrusive.
That's what I came here for, was the dad yanking the kids.
God! That makes me die a little inside.
I know.
That's why I wouldn't have children.
The kid, yeah, just because, seriously, because of the grocery store.
You ever smoked a halfie off the ground?
What's that? Like a half a cigarette?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I support that if you want to.
No.
I just don't get one out of the dead bird, the pile of dead
Oh
birds.
my God. How
Stop judging. This is somebody's life. This is also not gonna make it. Like, I'm gonna listen back to this and I'm gonna be like, dude, you're such an elitist asshole. But I just need to be clear about it. Like, I am having these thoughts. I don't need to keep them to myself.
No, you're saying everything that
I'm saying I'm
people want
better
to
than this.
say.
I
No.
am better than this. I want everyone in this parking lot to know.
You
All right,
like quieted down a little bit when you said.
I know. I don't want them
I
to
want
know.
everyone in this
I want
park-
everyone in this parking lot.
Do you hear me?
There's a dynamic between Lauren and I that I've been thinking about, and I'm a little reticent because it's really letting you in on my junior high school kid that's on the inside. It's that late bloomer just praying to start puberty kid. The one who just assumed friend zone with girls and started that whole thing, being in the friend zone perpetually. This might sound conceited, but Lauren is beautiful, and it's kind of fun to be around someone who's just beautiful. I mean, it's a problem being beautiful, I would imagine. I mean, there's a freakishness to beauty. People stare at them. They want them. They get weird, you know? They clam up. Me, I do those things. And it would be disingenuous for her to pretend like she's not. She knows. I mean, not in an arrogant way. It informs who she is. I mean, how she responds to the world. I'm one of those people informing who she is. I mean, the junior higher in me, the one who's still really fighting to be validated, the insecure kid, if he could talk to me, if I could talk to him, he'd be like, seriously? You get to hang out with girls like this? I'd be like, yeah, man, it gets better. Your dick isn't going to get a whole lot bigger, but girls will start to pay attention to you. Keep working on being funny, though, because it turns out they like that. And Yeah, no, we haven't dry humped in soccer shorts yet. This is me talking to the junior hire, not you. I'm making it sound like it's all about her looks. It's not. She's genuine and funny and wise in the way that people who have had to fight to get sober are. But the looks thing gets in the mix. You're not always sure about your intentions, you know? Neither is she. She's not always sure, I think. It's like that with everyone for her, I would imagine. What I mean to say, and I know this is pretty surfacey, but you're stoked to go places with her. She gets attention, and so do you, you know? I don't know, it's not completely who I am, but it's going on in the background, and I thought I'd give it a shot, try to talk about it.
With my pits. Are there pheromones in that?
They're not bad. I mean, I had a moment, so I smelled them, and I was like, oh, those are nice, like, lady armpits. And then I went like, oh, there was something there, a little bit.
A little bit of BO.
Yeah, but it's a good, like a friendly, there's a kind of BO, like, you know when somebody's metabolizing booze, and they're like 4 days into a vodka bender, that kind of BO.
It just smells like vodka.
I call it electric ham. It's like a ham that's had electricity run through it for like a day.
There's also BO where you can tell that someone plays World of Warcraft. You're like, get in the shower, okay? Switch to RuneScape or something. Minecraft. Take a break.
I like that you know the different kinds. That is a statement born of experience.
I did used to play Minecraft from like sunup to sundown.
She's cute.
Dude, you always like, I feel like you point out people who, she seems like a fucking like.
What? She's nice. She seems nice.
No, she seems like a judgmental, like.
Bitchy. I like that.
Gross. Like stuck up, just too good for anyone.
You think she looks like that? Oh, no, not the blonde-haired girl. The other brown-haired girl.
Oh, I was
the
like...
Zooey Deschanel. You think that girl who had cornstarch dust all over her thought she was better than people?
Yeah, absolutely.
She lost her kid. She was drunk.
These are nice.
Roasted garlic, spice, garlic and tomato. It's a carousel of spices is what we got here. This is the Dalalo.
It's one...
dipping spice. Dalalo. I like the speech impediment where people can't say L's. Glenda. Please clone Glenda. So this is odd. I've never... Angel hair pasta. Can you imagine an angel whose hair was made of pasta? Wouldn't you be like, that's fucked up?
Who eats tacos this small? Can we talk about that?
That's what they all come.
Babies. These are baby tacos.
Those aren't baby. Those are called street tacos. So they're for babies who live on the streets.
They're too thick to be street tacos. Oh, this says street tacos on it. I didn't read it before you said that.
So this very aisle, I saw a woman that I fell in love with her for a minute in that aisle.
Bulk aisle.
Oh yeah. So they don't
We're
have as
still on
much
this.
of a bulk. Look at this. Did you guys eat this kind of generic cereal? Did you even know this aisle existed?
I'm glad we're passing the freshener aisle because I feel like...
Because you're dirty and smelly. Do you know my favorite joke from 2nd grade?
Please tell me.
Why do girls wear makeup and perfume?
Why?
Because they're ugly and they stink. What a different time. I never related to that. I was always like, girls are great. So this, where the crock pots are right now, which evidently is being paired with Valentine's Day as a promotion. This is where the bulk stuff is. So
I think it's about the Super Bowl here, right here.
right here.
Nobody wants jelly beans. Fuck jelly beans.
Are you kidding me? Ronald Reagan loved these fucking things.
Dark chocolate almonds.
I'm actually having a little bit of guilt because I just got a huge handful of Jelly Bellies out of the... This is actual theft. This is not just tasting. Dude, you just got a handful of... What are those?
Dark chocolate covered almonds.
I just got a handful of vitamin-flavored Jelly Bellies. They're like,
So
let's
wait.
make it...
You wasted.
They've come full circle because there's like gummy vitamins, and then the Jelly Belly people are like, hey, people like the taste of vitamins. They're making candy out of it.
They have all different kinds, too.
This is a pretty brilliant. Let's call them cheese squares.
I was going to say that earlier. Whenever someone used to say cheese nips, all I could imagine were like nipples made out of cheese. Yum, yum, yum.
If I were going to give nipples a flavor, it would not be cheese.
What flavor would they be?
It depends on the person.
I feel like it really depends.
Usually
depends
like
on the day.
Grape.
I don't know if I should be offended right now.
Grape's pretty good.
Why grape?
Is that tough seeing your old boyfriend? I think that guy saw us.
He definitely made eye contact.
I think it was you. I think he liked you.
I mean, what's not to like about this baggy sweater legging combo?
People are like, why doesn't that guy take his headphones off to talk to that girl? Doesn't he know anything about women?
I love when I'm on a date, just like test someone out to see if they're on the same fucked up level as me. Making them tease the waitress with me. So I'll order something that I don't actually want.
Oh, here, tie my shoe. Oh, that's your gum. You're putting your nicotine gum in my hand?
Come on!
Oh, I thought you were going to get down on the floor to tie it.
No.
So I just want to say that Lauren is tying my shoe. Don't French
are
roll my...
these?
Look, don't... I asked you to tie my shoe. I asked you to, like, evaluate my life.
Their socks are
You know what?
ridiculous.
I remember when growing up, I was waiting for Bison Bacon Burger Chunky Max. And now it's here. That's so gross. Here's your dirty nicotine gum. Thanks for tying my shoe.
Absolutely.
This is a brand called, well, yes! Campbell's. Hell yeah. Do you think it's a play on hell yes?
Well, how would
Yes.
you do inflection on that? Hell
This is
yes.
so evidently
Well, yes.
the Campbell's people got some of these new millennials working for them. But it says chicken meat with no antibiotics, and then there's an arrow pointing to the chicken meat.
Because we don't know what chickens look like.
See that? That's the chicken. Cream of celery. There is no cream in celery. Hey, what are you doing? I'm milking the celery for cream.
You're so beautiful. Yeah.
You're just complimenting people. Who was that?
You're some beautiful girl.
The little blonde girl?
No, fuck that girl.
Why don't you?
She's a
Women
redhead.
really hate blonde women.
No, I
It seems
used to
like
be
there's-
blonde. I'm kind of a dirty blonde. It was just the way she was like coming at life, you know? I wasn't really feeling it. Oh my God. I can't stand it.
Have you had that moment yet where you see someone in the program and they're
Yeah.
buying beer
Yes.
and you have to like not stare at their cart?
I've been in behind someone in line
Who?
and they were buying beer. I can't tell you.
Oh,
That breaks anonymity.
I don't think you have to keep their anonymity about being drunk, do you?
Thought they were in the program though.
Oh. That looks just
Gross.
garbage. Licorice bridge mix? That is the saddest bridge game.
Old ladies just eating up the black licorice.
Look, there's a kosher foods, Asian foods.
Bread. Oh, what?
I know it's late, man. Dr. Prager's.
Preggers.
Lightly breaded fishies is what it says.
Which is super cute.
Oh my God. It's just too much. I'm feeling overwhelmed. All right. I've gained 6 pounds, so I'm like trying to be careful.
6 pounds of love.
I don't think it's love. I think it's just fear. So I'm kind of aimless right now. What am I? I'm gonna go home and watch. Oh, I got a big thing of pad thai.
Okay.
Why'd you say it like that?
Say it like what?
I don't know.
I thought we were going to continue the adventure. That's all.
Would you sprinkle this?
Stop.
Dried mealworms. I was not expecting that. I thought they're moving. Stop. These are
Andy.
dried mealworms.
Stop. Stop. I can't.
Look at dried mealworms. Lauren pointed them out, and then when I explored it, she flipped out.
Because your reaction was ridiculous.
So I think we might need to go to a different store. I think we're done. I think everything's closed.
Yeah.
I thought this was 24 hours.
It used to be.
No, not since the war.
The Monday after Thanksgiving. They changed.
Sorry.
Monday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Is it going to be 24 hours again? Ever? Never. That's
Wow.
good.
Well, I mean, they could decide down the road
Right.
randomly, but as far as we know, it's not going to happen.
Huh.
It's good. She's not black and white thinking, you know? That's good.
Why are you critiquing her?
It's great.
That's right in front of her. You were just like critiquing her thought process.
No, it's great.
My mom says, or one of the earliest things I did was in a grocery store, I told this lady not to smoke because you could smoke in the grocery store. She was smoking in the produce section. And I remember as a kid, I was like, you can't do that. That's not good for you. I just knew naturally. That's a really codependent thing for a fucking kid to say.
Maybe you were just trying to protect yourself.
Yeah, no, it was a rule following thing, I think. I didn't like that people weren't following the rules. Yeah, I think it's time to go. I'm going to take you home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go home and I'm going to get in bed with my pad thai and watch the rest of this.
That sounds so nice.
Dude, that's what I do. It's like go to bed with food. But I'm not alone. A lot of people are doing that. Like,
Absolutely.
in New York, that's what everybody's fucking doing. They're just ordering.
Everyone in New York is also like very depressed and alone.
Thank you. Let's keep talking about that. They're all having a shitty time unless they're...
Models. And then they're not going to bed with food.
Sometimes I wonder if I thought like a woman, like if I had like a woman's brain, if it would just terrify me. Like sometimes I think that I want that so that I could, maybe if I had it, maybe I would, like I'd be less paranoid about someone cheating on me.
More paranoid
Right.
about someone cheating on
Right, that's what I think.
you. Maybe you'd just be the same as you are.
Yes,
You'd be
that's
really
the thing. I don't
disappointed.
think. But I think maybe it might relieve some.
Can I have my phone back?
Oh yeah,
I don't want you to go home with it.
I won't flip through your phone.
Just see a
Your
bunch of dick
text from the
pics.
jazz. Do you get a lot of dick? How many dick pics a week do you think you get?
I get at least 2 unsolicited dick pics on Snapchat a week. You don't have Snapchat?
I don't do it.
Why?
I don't know. I just like to do it the old-fashioned way. Meet somebody, send naked texts that you can keep for a while.
I don't know, dude. You can screenshot them.
But it tells the person.
That's alright. They don't have any control over it. They sent you with the knowledge that you could screenshot it.
Right, but you don't want them to have that power. I wouldn't want them to know. Oh, I'm saving that for later. Would I?
Maybe you're saving it to send to all your friends to make fun of them.
Oh,
That's a thought that people have sometimes.
yeah.
People being mean. For sure. Tonight has been really fun. I
This
haven't
has
laughed
been-
this much in so long.
Yeah,
Will you help me start my own podcast?
sure. Slightly dating
Yes.
with Lauryn Bunker.
Yeah, I think that would be like my claim to fame. Slightly dating.
Slightly dating a jazz player. He could be just about one guy.
Slightly dating an epidemiologist
Who's that? How did you meet?
at the gym, and then on Tinder he messaged me and he said, "Weren't we biking next to each other earlier?"
Weren't you like, why didn't you say something?
Yeah, he said he was nervous.
Why
It's like
didn't
a
you
red
say,
flag right away.
Pussy.
Yeah, I could.
Why is that a red flag? It's you can't fucking win. So you're trying to be like respectful and not hit on girls.
Is it
and you-
respectful though?
I don't know, man. It just seems like
It's
you
like
don't.
old time classic how it used to be.
I will say though, yeah, if you like somebody, you need to say it there in person and not go say it on Tinder.
Right. Because what if I didn't have Tinder? We would have never hung out, you know?
He's an epidemiologist, so you should look past that. That guy's making money.
I don't know if I'm into him.
Of course not. That's God's plan. He'd probably be good for you.
I know, that's what I keep thinking. He
What's
bought
his-
me a cactus when I found out I had MS. Because it wouldn't die.
I just had a lot of confusing. Oh my God. That's so fucking disturbing.
No,
What?
because he thinks flowers are dumb because they die. But the cactus will, like, last forever. So I'll have it forever. I can feed it and have it forever and grow it and take care of it instead of having like flowers that are dead in a week and a waste of money. You know?
All right, I guess that reasoning makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I just don't think a cactus is... That's not the first plant you get somebody.
He wants me to meet his parents.
You know, somebody told me, and I think this is a good rule, it's not like they don't wait to have sex till marriage or any shit like that. They don't wait till like 2 weeks. They wait until they meet the person's parents. If you're really looking to be with somebody, that's not a bad rule.
They wait until they meet the parents to have sex?
Yeah, and then they have sex with the parents. No, that's the rule. So, like, you don't have sex until you meet the person's
I should have
parents.
waited out more. It was like 3 weeks, going on 3 weeks, and I had sex with him.
You waited 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Thanks. He kept trying to, and I was like, I don't want to. And he was like, I can respect that. I want something different.
Good for you, man. Yeah.
It worked out really nice because he like kept taking me on dates. It was really nice.
And then it's done?
I mean, we had sex and I kind of freaked out
Why?
because I think he deserves more. I've got so much shit going on, dude.
Wait a minute, that's kind of bullshit. He deserves more. You just weren't into him. What? That's what you say when you're not into somebody. He deserves more.
No, I just found out I have MS. I am an addict in recovery. I'm full of trauma, sexual trauma. So like, there's a lot of shame around having sex because I used to have sex for drugs. And I'm like, why would you? There must be something wrong with you if you think I'm like a good catch. I haven't been to school. I don't have a career. I don't have a car. Literally the only thing I do is like go to work and take care of myself in like the least possible responsibility is like paying my utilities and my rent and my phone bill. And I ride the train to work. Like,
This is interesting to hear you talk about yourself this way. Because you can't see yourself the way other people see you. Like, that's like part of the sickness. Just your worth as a person. That's the thing, you can't relate to another person. You're just a fun, good person to be around.
thank you.
Intrinsic, that's what you're attracted to with the person. I guess if you're like... that's what you're looking for. You're like looking for a dual income situation, and then you're screening like that. But really, I think people are just looking for someone who makes them feel like warm, like they're like a fireplace. You're looking for a fireplace to warm your hands.
And he's told me like a bunch of times that I make him feel comfortable.
People / women. No, it's not even women. Like, not many people make you feel that way. It's a good quality. But it was interesting to hear you say that, to hear you talk that way about yourself, because it just
Connecting to Subaru Starlink Emergency Assistance.
Oh no!
This call may be recorded or monitored for quality purposes.
You can't.
No!
Just tell them you made a mistake. They're gonna call you back. Because what if they
I
think
just called the SOS line in my car.
Do you think after you call, they can like tap into your car and listen to what you're saying afterward?
Probably. I'm sure this whole thing is tapped. You gotta take your thing off, your gear.
Oh yeah.
All right. Good night.
Night. I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Me too. I'm glad you're home safe.
That's all you're doing.
Bye.
Bye.
That was really fun. Da 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 da. Girls, da 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 da. All I really want is girls. Da 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 da.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
This is the thing with Lauren and I. We do some voicemail
Is not available.
back and forth, and I think a lot of people have that. But I think there's some psychological warfare going on with like, I just called you, and I'm like, a lot of times I'm like, I need a second because I'm not quite ready or something. And then I think she takes it personally. And then she'll do the, well, I'm not taking your call then. I think. But I don't know. Again, I'm just being neurotic. It feels true, so it must be true, right? What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Dude, sorry.
What are you doing? You're working at a coffee place?
Yeah, I work PRN.
PR?
PRN.
What's PRN?
As needed.
What's PRN stand for?
Stands for...
People require notice?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I'm not quite sure, and I can't think of anything. Like, I really want it to be clever.
Oh, and you're still doing your other job?
Yeah, full time. It means pro re nada.
Oh, it's like a Latin thing.
Yeah.
Pro re nada?
Yes.
How are you? I'm recording this, by the way.
I figured as much.
Are you feeling, is your medicine stuff, your treatments helping?
It is, but the past 3 days I've been forgetting to take it.
What do you take?
It's called Tecfidera, and it's an oral medication, and I'm supposed to take it with breakfast and with dinner. But this whole journey has been making me find balance, and then I found it.
Energy-wise, you mean working and?
No, food-wise.
Oh,
even.
yeah.
Because my first issue was an eating disorder, and so I have to wake up and I have to eat breakfast right away because I can't take my next dose of medication for 6 hours, and so I at least, so I have to get up, make breakfast, get up earlier than 10, you know, even if I'm tired, and then just I really have to be on the ball or else it's not going to work,
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you feel different since February?
Yeah, I feel very spiritually lifted. I don't know what that's about. I think my spirituality has been deepened and broadened by this situation, and I've been happier than I've ever been in my whole entire life. It's the craziest thing.
I need to apologize to you, Lauren.
Why?
I think, well, I feel like I copped a little bit of a resentment because, and I should have told you this at the time, but we were talking on the phone one day and you just hung up and you're like, I'm done with people. And I really took it personally.
No,
and
I'm so sad.
No, don't be sad. But I should have been honest with you that it upset me. But I just did that thing where I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to talk to her for a long time.
That was part of my emotional energy. I've had none.
I know. That's the thing. I don't know. I've been there. I don't know why I couldn't quite identify that, but I'm sorry. I should have just been honest with you.
Man, I appreciate that.
I'm trying to work on my repair skills with people. I'm realizing, Andy, you are not going to be able to go through this life with friends because people are human. And if every time somebody upsets you, you just decide to go away, you're going to end up where you're at, which is alone all the time. Because everybody is fucking in progress and people aren't perfect. I act like a child a lot of times.
I find that in myself too.
You should tell me, hey man, I just need to check out though. From me, can you do that?
I can tap. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a little bit of the abandonment thing. That I may be more I may be more sensitive to that than other people because I really feel like everyone is going away all the time.
I was just talking to someone about being a siren, and I realized sirens are those mermaids, right? And you can put this in there, I don't care. But they sing, to bring men in, and then they punish men. And I was like, holy shit, that's me.
Yeah.
I am sweet and charming and all this stuff, and then I punish, and then I bring the hammer down, in a super emotional, punishy way.
How do you bring the hammer down?
In a way, so I guess it would be when you draw people in with your personality.
Yeah.
And then they feel some type of way about you, you know, or they're like enjoying their time with you, and then you ghost them. So I bring the hammer down by ghosting. Mental masturbation is so crazy because I think about it and I'm like, I'm abandoning people the way that I've been abandoned so many times. It's like I'm bringing all my trauma to other people, which is so sad. And I have been working on it for a while, but
I get that, man. I do. I do that too, and I just had it done to me in a major way. But so I completely relate.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It feels like you charm them in, and then you kind of feel like power because you're like, haha, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you in my spell, and then you don't respect them because they like you. It's fucking hell.
Yeah. Well, and it's almost like the unity energy, you know, like if we're speaking on spiritual terms, in my eyes, the unity energy of women and men together as a whole, my woman energy is like, it's like two magnets that are the same.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
They push away.
Right.
Like I'm pushing that away, that masculine energy away from me. But in a way that's, I don't know what
Is it that, or is it like the real, okay, we're going to be actually intimate and committed part that freaks you out?
All of it. I'm like subconsciously punishing, and also, but consciously, because I know I am, but in the moment I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
And then,
so much.
And
You're describing me. I do the same.
Yeah. And then like in the same moment, I've never had emotional intimacy with a man. You know, it's like how do you build that? And in sobriety, like learning how to build emotional intimacy with my woman friends, I've learned how to build that with, I guess you can build it in the same way with men, but I just haven't had the opportunity, I suppose. And so.
But we have it, but it's not sexual, so it's safe.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's what I do too. Like it's
because they can't be intertwined.
Exactly. I'm the same,
right.
Man. I know. And the only difference now is that I've been so fucking hurt that I can't, I mean, it's, yeah, that I'm just like, I don't want to get sexual with anybody because I fucking so, it just hurts. That's crazy. It's crazy that not crazy, but I've never really felt that before. Right.
And it's like, once you do have that like emotional and sexual connection, I cry. I've cried before, right? Like I push people away and I cry and I feel pain and I don't want to, you know, be there in that moment, even though maybe it would be good for me, you know?
Yeah, I know, man.
I don't know. Fuck. And I keep thinking about that slightly dating idea. I'm like, God. Because I'm like watching myself in my life, you know? Like slightly dating. It keeps coming up in my head. I'm like, fuck.
I know. And like, I have all these recorded podcasts and I'm like, man, I have a lot of friends that are women. And I'm like, well, am I gonna be Oprah here or what? Because, like, I'm not ashamed of it or anything. It's just, I guess I'm not as friends with as many men, and I think it fills a need though. Like, I think it's like a date. It's not sexual, you know, but like there is a intimacy to it, you know.
Well, that's what friendships are, right? Like friendships are emotional intimacy.
I don't find that with men, you know. I don't have time for people that don't want to talk about their feelings, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, is something wrong with me? Like, I don't know. No, I know.
But I think you create probably a space where other men can find their emotional intimacy and be comfortable with the idea that men can be vulnerable and feminine and like talk about their emotions and be deeper than, you know, what they usually show up as. So you give them permission to be authentically themselves.
Like, and why is that got to be feminine? I think that's part of why I feel self-conscious. I'm like, I'm too feminine. I don't know. I'm cool with who I am. It's just like, I don't know.
I don't know either. Dichotomies are weird. Someone did just pull in.
Okay, I know.
but-
I just got overwhelmed too. Like I'm like, man, we just went right way into it. But I love you,
Yeah.
and thanks for talking to me.
Yeah. Did you say ILY? Did you just say I love you?
Yeah.
I love you too, dude. You're the best.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for wandering with us this week. With me, with Lauren. And thank you, Lauren, for your openness and transparency. I should say I called Lauren this week while I was editing because I'd listen and I'd think to myself, does she really want to say this? But yeah, she does. And I think it's super brave and rad and strong. So I appreciate it, Lauren. And I'm sure these people do too. Thanks this week to Aaron Campbell, to Brian Richard for web help, and to the taco cart on State Street. I visited that one a couple times. Broke my diet, but whatever. Check out Patreon if you want to support the show. Got one of those set up. I'd love to get to the point where I can run ads and don't have to ask for money, but I'm about halfway away from that right now. So, I don't know. Maybe I can just end up doing it without ads. It might be weird to have a Squarespace ad in one of these. I don't know. Other things you can do, check out the website, wanderingtheaisles.com. Follow @WanderingIsles on Instagram and Twitter. Like the show page on Facebook. Write a review on iTunes. Or just tell a friend about it. Somebody's telling somebody because I don't know where all these downloads are coming from. But it's great. It's really encouraging, and I'm stoked to keep them coming. We'll be back not next Wednesday, but the one after with another episode. I feel kind of sad now. That was, I'm coming down.
Are you burnt out on wonder?
I'm not.